name is KimVy. I am the host of Lunar Lounge, and we just finished recording for Spaceship Studios with artist Linda Khachadurian and with musician Jill McCracken. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Great.
Good, very good. You're episode 4. So,
yes.
Woo! Woohoo, yes.
I think that aesthetically, our art matches very well.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it too.
You both make an impact on the world in 2 different ways. Your way is very emotional and very personal, and your impact is like about social justice and like that social mission. So talk more about your art and your music, how you're able to make those connections personally and on a bigger map.
Sure. I just love to write songs as like personally and openly and honest and vulnerably as possible. It's like my life's work to just feel my feelings all the time super hard and like really process them through like literally therapy and writing music. And I think I'm actually like a better songwriter now that I've been in therapy for years. Gotta credit my therapist for my songs.
Because your song is called Help Me, Hold Me, Heal Me.
You got it.
Right?
That's right. Yes. Yeah. That's my new song.
And that's about the healing and the emotional part, right? Or
yeah.
No? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that song I wrote like coming off of a panic attack, and throughout my whole life, I made myself like very small, and I could fit into like whatever everybody needs me for, and I'm really fine with anything you want. I have no needs. It's fine. That's actually not true. It turns out I realized that I'm a person who has needs, which is everyone. The song kind of like reflects like what's going on in my head. Like, this is what I need. I need to be helped, healed.
Yeah.
By you, person, some other person, somebody. But I can't bring myself to ask for it because it just feels like it's too much, you know?
So I think we talked about this earlier about women not asking for help, how we tend to just move.
It's a thing.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you feel the same way, right?
It can be difficult sometimes. You want to do it all yourself. And sometimes, I think we were discussing that it's sometimes easier to do it yourself rather than to delegate tasks.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually not that easy to manage people. So that's what I found with my nonprofit.
Right.
Very true.
Yes, because your nonprofit's called
Charitable Confections.
Charitable Confections.
But it's an educational nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And I base the title around a quote by Mother Teresa, which is "Joy is a net of love by which you can catch souls."
Say it again,
and
joy.
Joy is a net of love by which you can catch all souls. And so I knew I wanted to do this educational nonprofit working in developing nations, which is not the lightest, funnest topic in the world. But I thought if I infused a little bit of joy and levity and whimsy, it would draw people in. And because I knew how to bake little decorative things, we would do bake sales. But it grew into a much bigger thing.
Yeah, because now you do a show in Cambridge, right?
Yeah, it's for community television. So it's called the Charitable Confectioner. And it merges, it's not only about education, it merges different social causes with the edible art. So I'll do a demo with my hands while I'm interviewing a humanitarian about some dire situation. And I'll be like, okay, thank you. Now the sugar flour over here.
I love it.
Gotta keep them on their toes, you know?
And so what we have here are shot glasses, right?
Isomalt shot glasses. When we speak about sugar, traditionally we're talking about sucrose, which can come from sugar cane or sugar beets. Isomalt is sucrose that has been derived from the sugar beet, and it's broken into a compound disaccharide. And the reason that matters is because when you separate the glucose and the fructose molecules, that's what makes traditional candy sticky, those 2 molecules. When the chemists break those and break it into a compound disaccharide, it lends it to be less sticky, gives it more clarity. It's non-hygroscopic, so it doesn't attract moisture the way a traditional lollipop or, you know, if you've ever opened a packet of Lifesavers or something and it looks kind of murky, that's just the moisture. It's not that it's mold or that it's not safe to eat.
And you went to school for music?
No, I went to school for photography, actually. Yeah, that's right. Woohoo.
Wow.
But now I decided I wanted to do music instead.
And did you study music during photography? Or
I never studied it in school, but I like took guitar lessons and I played drums in school as a kid and stuff like that. And that's how I like got into music formally. And then I started singing and songwriting when I was probably like 18 or 19.
Right. And I love the last song, Walking to the Moon.
Walk to the Moon.
Walk to the Moon. And one of our audio guys said that he loved that baby grand piano in the empty room.
Yeah.
Lyrics, very nice.
That is very much what we're talking about. It's like, I feel like I am the piano. Like I was just I'm just a song machine.
Love it.
And that's all I want to do.
Yes.
Is make the songs.
Love it. So how did you choose the pieces for her music?
Well, because we had discussed, your music is so personal.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt I did it twofold. One was purely aesthetic, like the aesthetic of the pieces and the aesthetic of your music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have synesthesia, but I feel as though when I listen to things, like I don't look at something or listen to something and get a flavor in my mouth. But I do when I listen to music, and I listen to your music, I was getting a little bit of like a flower girl, soulful flower girl, little
correct
of like Art Deco. For some reason, I was getting a little Art Deco lounge. And so I picked my pieces aesthetically, and then also as far as each of these pieces has a message, because that's very important for me, for my edible art to bring forth social justice issues. And so I felt as though I picked 3 issues that were about personal topics, about suffering to humans. Like one is about responsible sourcing to offset slavery. One is about peaceful coexistence. This one is about providing medical care to people living in poverty. So I chose personal issues rather than I do a lot of environmental issues, and I felt that wouldn't be as appropriate.
No disrespect to the environment.
No, but I mean, it was more personal.
In an artistic sense, a connector.
And did you see the art when she told you when you guys talked?
Yeah. No, I think I saw this.
One.
And it was just so beautiful. I mean, yes, you hit the nail on the head that I'm very flowery indeed. So I think the aesthetic really matches for sure.
It's all sugar.
It's edible.
I can eat her.
You can eat it. Yeah, it's sugar paste, chocolate, edible fabric. This is the first time I've worked with edible fabric because there's a lot of sugar. There's a lot of science involved with sugar art, but there's also, unfortunately, a lot of sort of ethical issues involved in the sourcing of chocolate and sugar, and therefore that's how my humanitarian side also can help. And so when I teach chocolate art classes, at least 20 minutes is like, you better listen to my story of the slaves in Western Africa, and I'm going to tell, it's important. You have to know what
that's true.
What's going on.
You do. And that's why I like you both, because you both have different impacts on the world, right? Mental health.
With our 2 powers combined, we could just get the whole thing.
Right? Yes. So, and about chocolate, I have to, because we talked about it, I have to say it.
Yeah.
So what chocolate do you use? Because I read about the painting, and it's because it's about Nestle chocolate. Nestle chocolate.
Well, it's not necessarily about Nestle. It's just about when I was doing research on cacao plantations in Ghana, and they were telling me how there were greedy Western corporations, not just American, but European as well, who are willing to look the other way for child slave harvested cacao beans to save a mere penny per 16 kilos, not pounds, 16 kilos. These were some of the very nice farmers in Ghana. And so I made this thing, the cost of greed. What would the dollar amount be for somebody of poor character to look the other way? And initially, this is the cost of greed too. The cost of greed 1, the dollar bill, was $100 bill. And I've gotten more cynical over the years, so this one, it's a $50 bill. Because obviously the lower the dollar amount, the more pathetic it is that someone's willing to look the other way.
Okay.
The problem is, if people are just purchasing as a consumer to eat, there are so many. I mean, now the artisanal chocolates are responsibly sourced. So that's like Taza in Somerville. They do really good. They actually get it from Haiti. So it's really easy. If you just want to eat, it's very easy to find responsibly sourced chocolatiers who do that. But if you're doing en masse and you just want to buy pounds and pounds of pure chocolate, block chocolate with which to make art, your companies are limited, and that's where the problem comes.
So you ladies have been doing your music and your art for quite some time now, right? And so when did you find your voice in music and art?
Well, I think I'm constantly finding it.
Tell me more.
I think I've just been making music for so long, and I've also been living my life for a while, and the 2 are just very connected to me. And I don't know, my music used to sort of sound and feel and taste like one thing. Not taste, that's you.
No, I like that though. Metaphorically.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to say like I've found my voice now. Like I feel that way, but I'm sure I also felt that way 5 years ago, you know, and it just is always developing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Growth mindset. I
Yeah.
like that. Reflective, yes.
I actually have not been doing edible art for that long, only several years. I think it's just something I just stumbled into and I sort of stuck with it. And so, yeah. And I just feel as though the joyfulness of it, the inherent playfulness and joyfulness is a very effective vehicle with which to share messages about more somber social justice issues. So that's why I sort of fixated on that.
Yeah. But your website, both websites were really informative.
Oh, good.
The charitable one, which was, what is it called again?
Charitableconfections.org, and then the sugar art is chipperconfections.com.
Well, I want to thank you ladies for coming to Spaceship Studios to do the 2 recordings, for participating in Lunar Lounge, and for the collaboration. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Jill McCracken, Linda Khachadurian. Follow them on Instagram and all the music streaming, and we hope to come back for season 2.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.